Hey everybody, Sue here from She Sells. Today I'm off house arrest. Okay, for those of you who haven't watched me before, my husband had surgery a couple weeks ago and I've been home taking care of him. So I've been itching and itching to get back to RA. I do have 100 listings up on eBay and I have been selling through some of the shoes that I purchased. I've sold 7 pairs so far, which isn't a ton, but the first couple I sold one for $79.99. I sold another for $69.99. And I have been charging $12 shipping on those, which has covered most of them. I think 2 pairs cost me $15 to ship. And partly that's because I showed them in Nike boxes, so I'm having to ship in the Nike boxes. If somebody gives me a best offer, which I have had a few of those, I write back and say I'll accept your best offer if I can ship without the Nike box. Because that way I can fit it like in a 12 by 9 by 9 usually. And you know, fitting the Nike box inside another box is big, so I need to work on that. I have ordered some really large poly bags so I can ship just in the Nike box. I'll have to say these are not like collectible type shoes. There may be, I've got 2 Air Force Ones which might be considered more of a collectible, but so I'll be careful how to ship those. But everybody I've asked, and they say I don't care how you ship them, I don't need the box. So these are more of your typical shoes that somebody's actually using for exercise or running or whatever. All right, so I've got my boxes to drop off at the post office. So I do have a lister, and what I've been trying to do is take pictures every day. I've ended up taking them late in the day, and I was taking them up in that sunroom, and I really liked that sunshine in the room. But what happens is, you know, it gets to be dinner time and then the lighting's not so good. I probably am going to move it back down to the basement, but I would like to get in a real good rhythm of taking the pictures first thing in the morning and having them ready for her. I have also figured out that I was taking a whole bunch of pictures, then uploading them to Dropbox. Now, I don't pay for Dropbox, so it may be different if you have a professional account. But to me, it was just taking a really long time for them to upload. So this is what I came up with. Okay, so the person who lists for me does not do sell similar. She starts a new listing. So what I'm doing is just opening a listing. And if the shoe, if you saw my shoes behind me this morning on Scott's show, I just have my racks of shoes all lined up, and then they have a post-it note with the number on it. So I have a spreadsheet and they're all inventoried, and I have a number on each pair of shoes. So I lost my train of thought there. Oh, so I just open a new listing, I put number 16, and then I just upload the pictures right there to the listing. Now, I don't even put which order they're going in or turn them if they need to be turned, whatever. I just quickly upload the 12 pictures and put save for later. So whereas I'm saving the time uploading them to Dropbox, she's saving the time downloading to her computer and then uploading them to eBay. So it's worked out for us. Now, you know, we're doing 5 to 10 a day. I suppose it'd be different if we were doing 100 at a time or whatever, but that seems to be a system that's working out for the 2 of us. She is just going into my eBay store. She was actually a lister for a trusted friend, and I really like her. I trust her. So it might be different if you're just kind of hiring somebody off the street. You might want to do something like Ink Frog, but I just didn't want to spend the money on it. And it's working out really well the way we're doing it. What I'm thinking about next is if I want to continue doing the eBay, like for those of you who know, I bought 140 pairs of shoes and 100 pieces of clothing. But then I'm also I probably have about 30 listings up that are items, you know, returns from Amazon, things that I purchased to sell on Amazon and then didn't end up selling them there, things that have a crack in the package or that kind of thing. And I actually had a big box to go back, or to just be donated. And I just went through the box and I ended up pulling maybe 10 out of the 30 that were in there to donate. I had a return on a phone case, and it looks like it's never been used. I mean, the thing that you wipe the glass with is still folded up perfectly. everything's in there, but the box was opened. I'm guessing they bought the wrong size. And I was like, I'm just going to donate that. But I actually sold that right away. It was for it's a life-proof case for iPhone 7 Plus. And it sold right away. I mean, I think I had $20 on it or something. But I paid less than that. I think I paid $12 because I got it at a store that you wouldn't think of that would sell phone cases. And I got it for $50 off the clearance. I think I paid about $7 for it. I got a handful of them and they were a really good deal. And even tax exempt. So I didn't even pay tax on those. So that, you know, I was happy. I mean, I think I sold them on Amazon for $45, but I was happy just to get $20 back because I was just going to donate it. So that's where I am with eBay. I'm chomping at the bit to get back out doing RA. I haven't for 2 weeks. I mean, I've done grocery shopping. You know, I've run out for short periods of time and gone grocery shopping. And at every time I went in the grocery store, I went to the clearance section. I did actually buy a couple things. I just had to get something. So I am really, really anxious to get my Amazon store going again. I mean, it's been going, but not anything like, you know, last month or last year. So, I mean, that was nice to be able to just take 2 weeks off and let stuff sell as it sold. I did send one shipment in. No, I sent 2 shipments in of just stuff that I had in the basement. So they weren't giant shipments, but they were pretty good shipments. But I normally send in much bigger shipments, and I try to send in at least twice a week. So I will be getting that store back up and working. It will be nice. I think what I'm going to do is I had pretty good sales on eBay over the weekend. And what I'd like to do is just take, say, Sunday, when I sold 3 pairs of shoes, I think I'd like to take Sunday. Sorry, there's a helicopter going over. I'd like to take Sunday and just see what the actual profit was on eBay versus the actual profit on Amazon. I'm trying to remember if Sunday was a good day or not. I've had a couple really good days, but most of them are just mediocre. With me not shipping a lot in and my inventory is somewhat down. Anyway, I mean, obviously on the shoes that I'm selling for $79 and $69, I'm making a really good profit. I paid $9 for them. But I've sold all the others in the $40 range, so I've been real happy with what I'm selling so far. I have not done the promoted listings yet, and I may. It seems like she'll list the shoes and one will sell right away out of that batch. Most of the shoes on Nike, you can tell when they were made. Most of them, I would say, were 2017. So sometimes it's an older shoe that's not made anymore. I had one person specifically ask me, are these the older, you know, model, or is this just a redo of an older model? And I said, I'm not sure what you mean by older model, but if you look at the tag in the photo, it says 2017, and he bought them right away. So I think some of these shoes are something that people have had in the past that can't buy anymore. And so that's why those are selling. Maybe people have them bookmarked. I also sold a couple of the 4E, so the extra wide. I sold a couple of those right away. So that's something that maybe people have bookmarked and are looking for. I haven't sold either of my size 15s yet. So we'll see how they do. Anyway, so I'm heading out for RA today. I have a video finished on my first week of eBay. Well, I say finished, but I wanted to, I kept saying in there that I'm gonna post at the very end like my numbers from the first week. And that's the only thing I have left to do on that video, so I will try to get it up. My schedule's just been really funky these last couple weeks. I have had less energy just being at home the whole time, and maybe because I was doing chores that I didn't really want to, like working on cleaning up my office. I can actually see the whole floor in my office now, so that's a good start. I really, really wish I had, in a way, I wish I had 1 or 2 more days. I probably could have left to go do RA a day or 2 earlier, but I was really trying to finish up those projects, like just finish getting everything out of my office and either get it off to eBay, get it listed on, off to Amazon, listed on eBay, or off to donate. But I'm going to make myself at least spend a few hours every week on it. I had a lady who came and helped me a little bit Tuesday. She put all my shoes back in numerical order because as I was pulling them and taking them upstairs to photograph, I don't know, I had a couple pairs of white shoes that I needed my black backdrop, so I left those aside. And then as I was carrying them up and down the stairs, I was just shoving them in there. Anyway, she came Tuesday, and one of the things she did was put them all in numerical order. She was supposed to work Thursday for me, but that ended up not being able to. So if she had been able to come today, I probably would have stayed and maybe finished up more of the project. But it'll get there, it'll get there. But I am really excited to get back to RA, so let's see how I do today. Let me drop off my packages, and I'm headed out for shopping. Okay, so my RA game is a little rusty. I wasted 45 minutes in that store and found one thing. Here's the thing, I was slowly looking around, looking at areas that I am not used to looking at, which is fine, but I really need to get some good stuff today, and I need to get a good quantity, so I need to limit my time. I should have gone straight to the section that I was headed for, and this time I am going to set my timer, because that really helps keep me on task. I just spent too long in there, more than I should have. So on to the next few stores, and we'll see how we do. Okay, set my timer for 20 minutes. Didn't even spend my 20 minutes. I was done in 9 minutes and 15 seconds. Got nothing. So far today I've made enough to buy a sandwich. Well, lo and behold, what was right next door to the store I was at? Chicken salad chick. If you've never had it, they have like 10 kinds or 12 kinds of chicken salad. Fruity Fran is my favorite. So I grabbed it to go, and I'm gonna scrap my whole plan for this morning and go to Walmart. I had planned on going to a couple later in the day, but I'm just finding nothing where I'm looking. And could be just that it's after Easter and they've sold out of toys. That was mostly what I was looking for, and some baby stuff. Yeah, so I'm just gonna scrap my plan and go to the furthest Walmart, because I actually started a little late today. Don't I say that every time? But we had the show this morning, and then we talked for a little while afterwards, and then I got my packages ready to ship, brought them to the post office. So yeah, I'm headed to Walmart. I'll check back in with you later. Okay, 3 stores later, I think I've done about $150. I mean, it's nothing to snort at, $150 for an afternoon, but it's not good for me. Alright, I have one more store to go to, then I gotta get home and make dinner. I haven't been to sort of close to my side of town for a while, and maybe this is why. Maybe I just hadn't been doing that good. For the first day, I didn't want to leave and go too far from home, just in case Paul needed me to run back. So I think tomorrow morning I'm going to get up bright and early. Yeah, we'll see. And go 50 miles from home. I usually have a good round of stores down there. I wasn't really looking for anything in particular today, but I wasn't going far from home, so I didn't worry about it too much. I was checking out clearance here and there. But I have found a few things now, so tonight I will do some research and try to find them before I leave the house. Yeah, that's about it. I'll check back with you at the last store. Okay, talk to you later. Hey everybody, as you can tell, I'm in a different car, so it's later in the night. I finished shopping, made dinner, we ate dinner. I've got my trusty sidekick, Merlin. Merlin and I are gonna go for a quick walk in between storms. So I had one of those days that's not a great day. You know, when you're just running around doing RA, not every day is a good day, and today was not a good day. I made about 200 books. I mean, I started at noon, I got home at 6:30. I dilly-dallied very little. I probably went to 3 stores where I bought nothing. And, you know, I said earlier in the video, I'm going to change plans and go straight to Walmart. Well, I went to 2 more stores. I got nothing at one. I mean, I literally found like $5 worth of stuff, and I was like, I'm not standing in line for $5. And went to another store. I got probably close to $100 there, so maybe $300 for the day. And I went to 2 Walmarts. I mean, people were talking about on the show this morning, oh, they must be doing resets at Walmart because everything's on sale. Well, Apparently not in my region. Either that, I mean, there wasn't even really like clearance items in the aisles. There wasn't empty spaces in the clearance aisle. You know, in the actual clearance aisle itself, it wasn't like it was half empty. There was just not a lot. So either mine's totally finished and I missed it while I was home with Paul, or mine hasn't happened yet. So I will keep watching. But my plan for tomorrow, I am going to try and do a shipment tonight, because I want to make sure I had I would say a half shipment in going on Monday. And I have enough stuff for like another half shipment. When I say half shipment, I mean for me, like half of what I would normally send in. I want to get that other half in and get that going for tomorrow. But I'd really like to get up early and go about 50 miles on the other side of town. Oh boy, if Merlin sees that dog in the next car over to us, I'm going to have to turn off the video. He's going to be barking like crazy. He must be looking out the window to the left, because there's a German Shepherd right next to us with his head out the window. Okay, coast is clear. He didn't see it. So we're just going to run over to a school nearby and walk a little bit. We're in between. We've got maybe 15 to 20 minutes before the next storm hits, and I just want to get him some exercise before. I mean, it might be all day tomorrow too. So I plan on getting up early, we'll see how that goes, and drive all the way to the other side of Atlanta and just try that part of town, because I usually have some pretty good luck down there. I'm going to work on that shipment tonight, which I've already got maybe half of that done, but I want to try and get everything I bought today, which isn't a ton. There's a few things I need to prep, so I'll spend a little time doing a shipment tonight, getting that ready to go. I'll probably take it with me tomorrow, because if it's going to be storming all day tomorrow, I would rather just drop it off at the UPS place than my husband cannot come down the stairs and open the door for the UPS guy or whatever, so it'll work out for me to just bring it with me, and I'll stop at whatever UPS place I find. It's too wet and no one's at the school, which is good, because Merlin barks at other dogs. So I will bring that with me tomorrow, get that shipped off. I need to either do tonight or in the morning. Start 5 listings for my lister by taking the pictures. And then, I think that's it. No, well, I want to do a little research on some of the items that I've bought recently. I want to check on Brickseek. I want to go over my map of like some of the stores that I've been shopping recently. I try and keep track of where I've been, how many of the certain item that I've bought. So I don't want to go back to the same store yet, because I went to one. Paul was sleeping at the hospital one day, and I left and went to one store that was close by, and the new clearance round hasn't started yet, so I don't want to go to any of the stores that I've already pretty much cleaned up all their old clearance. And this is clothing items, so they'll continue to stay there until they're sold out. But they kind of go through different rounds of clearance. So I'm going to look, I track where I've been, so I'm going to look, and if there's any that I missed, like on that other part of town. Can't remember if I've done all the stores down there or not. I don't think I have, but I need to look, because after a while you just tend to forget. That's why it's really good to write things down. Worst case scenario, actually, in Inventory Labs, I just track it as, say I went to a Walmart. I don't track every separate Walmart in Atlanta. There's just too many of them. So it will say just Walmart if it was a Georgia Walmart, or it'll say South Carolina, North Carolina, you know, like Walmart, Alabama, Walmart, Florida. So I don't track store by store, but I do have my receipts, and there's certain stores that I keep a notebook. I have to find the notebook. I don't know what I've done with it. I've been kind of looking around for it for about a week. It's not in either of the cars. I have a feeling maybe it's in the bag that I took my last trip with. That's what I'll do. I'll look in those bags. But because I haven't really been sourcing for the last couple weeks. So I want to look back and make sure that I'm not redoing a store that I did within the last month. But I think there's a couple down there. Somebody's ready to walk. Say hi to everybody on YouTube, Merlin. So I will try to look that up tonight and just have a little bit of a plan for tomorrow, since I am driving all the way to the other side of town. I'm going back to Florida probably next Friday. So I normally go down 85 to Montgomery and then 65. It's going to Pensacola, so you can't go freeway all the way. So I am probably going to track a different way home so that I can shop different. And my sister lives in Valdosta, Georgia, so I could go 10 and do Tallahassee and come up and stay with my sister and then do Macon. We'll work that out. But I do want to find another way to go, because I did do a good bit of sourcing all the way down there, and then a little bit that morning before I left Pensacola, and a little bit on the way home. I can't really stay more than just overnight. I don't want to leave Paul for too long, because now Chris, my son, who's been staying up here with us, helping out a little bit, I'll be bringing him back home, so I don't want to leave Paul for too long. So I can't do like a whole, week trip to get home. But I will look and see, like I said, maybe I'll go, 10 all the way to Tallahassee and up through Valdosta might be too long for one day. I mean, you can totally drive it in one day, but it's, I want to make as many stops as possible. So I may just, instead of sourcing on the way down there, I may just drive straight down there, and then I'll have like half a day, because I only did 2 stores in Pensacola. So I may just drive down there, shop half a day in Pensacola, shop half a day the next morning, and then pretty much drive straight back. We'll look at a map and check it out. So that's my plan for the rest of the week. I am definitely going to, I don't know when, but I want to do my numbers for that first week of eBay, because I kind of like to do a weekly update on that. Today I sold 2 pairs of shoes. I just sold one for $79.99, a pair of Air Maxes. I sold just a pair of sandals. I think we had them listed for $26. They're literally Nike flip-flops, and I got an offer for $18. And because I'm charging shipping, those are going first class in an envelope. They're literally flip-flops, so I only charged $6 on those for shipping. I've been charging $12 for shipping on the shoes. Most of them have gone for under $12. They'll go for around $8.43, but I've had 2 pairs that went for $15, so those didn't quite cover. But with the ones that I'm only paying $8 for shipping, it's kind of balancing out. So I got an offer on the flip-flops, and I'm pretty much just taking the offer on, she only asked to go down. I think she offered $18.50 or something like that, 18 something on the flip-flops. And I just want to keep the stuff moving. I did make somebody offered this morning on a $49 pair $30, and honestly I still would have made $15 to $18 on that pair, but I came back with $40, and they so far they haven't answered back. So if it's just a decent offer, I'm just going to take the offer, because I just want to keep that moving. I've got 140 pairs to sell, so I think we've sold maybe 8 now. Anyway, I want to get the numbers for the end of that video. I have the whole video made, but I kept saying in the video, at the end I'm going to give you the numbers, so I need to sit down and do that. I can just get it off of Auction Tracker. It's a matter of like writing it down and showing to you on paper, or trying to figure out how to do the rest of the video from the computer, because I've been doing everything from my phone so far. I think that's enough rambling for tonight. I think Merlin's ready to go for a walk. Oh, yep, he laid down. He's like, Mom, are we going or not? So let's get some walking in before it's actually starting to sprinkle, but I think we can walk in the sprinkle. All right, we will talk to you soon. Bye, everybody. And if you like this video, you don't mind my rambling, go ahead and like and subscribe. Thanks so much. Bye. So as we were walking around, I was thinking about the video, and honestly, there's not much more than me just driving around rambling. I think I might have given you a tip here or two, but I just wanted to talk to you just for a minute more about what my month's been like and what I'm going to do about it. So really my numbers were already down for April before Paul went in the hospital, which that didn't help obviously, but I can't just blame it totally on that. So my numbers are down for Amazon. Obviously my numbers are way up for eBay because they were pretty much nil. My next steps. Number one, I got an accountability partner today. So I have a friend that's a reseller, an old friend from high school. We just kind of found out. We've stayed in touch over the years, but not real close. So we found out recently that we're both reselling now. She was a pharmacist for 25 years. She's retired now and taking care of some of her grandkids, but she's doing eBay. And she's been doing a little bit of books on Amazon and would like to get more into Amazon. And we've just been kind of talking on and off, but both of us decided today we need an accountability partner. So this is our plan to start out with. We have to have 3 things written down for next week, 3 short-term goals that we want to accomplish. By the following week, we have to have one of those completed. So that's just the beginning of how we're going to set this up. So I want to make some plans for my next steps of really what I want to do in business. I want to really have in writing exactly what my parameters are. I want to find more grocery. I want to find more toys. I want to add this many categories. I want to buy this much per week. If I can't find the items that I'm needing at the prices that I want for Amazon, then maybe I need to work on adding more to my eBay store. Well, right now I've got those couple hundred items, but as I start to list and start to go through those, I'll obviously need to keep something rolling in as well. So I want to set a plan for that. I want to take a certain amount of time each week to do thrift stores, or garage sales are starting this time of year here. There'll be a lot more garage sales to go to. There are plenty of estate sales in Atlanta. There are other cities that I can go to that aren't far away from here. So I want to set out a plan. I need to spend this many hours a week on eBay. I need to spend this many hours a week on Amazon. I definitely decided that I'm going to hire somebody to do my photographs. I'm going to have them come here to the house and photograph with my phone so that I can still do the system that I came up with to work with my lister. Yeah, so basically I want to just really put things down in writing. I mean, I've got some things in place, but I really want more. It's almost more of the time management thing. I want to have more detail on what my week's like. People ask me, what's your week like? Well, I almost always have 2 days of shipping, and always on Monday because I have a helper come on Monday. I usually do one Monday and Friday. And then I shop pretty much most of the rest of the time. There isn't usually a day that I don't shop, but most of the time I don't shop 8 hours all the rest of those days. There'll be some things that I need to be working on with the Amazon store. Things at the house I might be prepping before the day that I do some shipping. But I don't have that real good calendar. And just like I was mentioning earlier, that one store that I go to has senior day on Wednesdays. So maybe I need to be making sure that I'm doing my rounds and hitting those stores that have deals for a certain day of the week. Make sure that I'm doing it those days and not just kind of more hit or miss. So stay tuned. Next week I should have more things in writing and just talk to you more about my goals and how my business is moving forward. Thanks so much, and this time, this is really the end. Talk to you later. Bye. Quick wrap up on my sales numbers. April 22nd to the 28th, my second week, I had 13 sales, 7 of which were shoes, $484 total, minus $146 cost of goods, minus $50 in fees, minus $10.50 to the lister for those 7 pairs of shoes. Made a total of $277.50. Then week 3, that was April 29th to May 5th, $684 in sales. That was 15 sales, and 10 of those were shoes. $117 cost of goods, $70 in fees, $15 to the lister for those 10 pairs that sold, for a total of $482. I did have a couple really good estate sale finds that week for really low that sold for really high prices, which I will have another video on that. So thanks everybody for watching. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you soon.